like I didn't realize I was holding anger or frustration or resentment even. Like I was like, oh yeah, some things piss me off. But not until I had children did I realize how much of that anger was inside me and that was unprocessed, not expressed. Welcome to Release to Revive. Hello. Welcome, my soul sister. I am here to remind you that you are an absolute queen, and don't you fucking forget it. You are here at the Release to Revive Her podcast. God, that's a mouthful every time. Release to Revive Her podcast. Boom. We are here to unlock your body and unleash the woman. So this is more of a revamp of my previous podcast where I interviewed incredible people, but we are taking a direction turn and looking at how to unleash our woman inside, to unleash this delicious, desirable yumminess that we feel when we're alive. And by doing that, we need to unlock our bodies. This is my work. This is what I do. And let's talk about it. See, I didn't realize that when I was holding so much anger, I didn't realize I was holding anger or frustration or resentment even. Like I was like, oh yeah, some things piss me off. But not until I had children did I realize how much of that anger was inside me and that was unprocessed, not expressed. I went to an event, side tangent, and there was a lovely, lovely woman who was talking about her frustrations. It was an event about grief, and she was like repeating to herself again and again as she's telling us these things going on in her life. She's like, but I'm not an angry person. I'm not an angry person. And this happened and this happened, and I'm not an angry person. And I was like, ooh, there is so much anger beneath the surface. And it was a great reflection for me. Like I was like, ooh, yeah, okay. I've always been that person that's really like bubbly at the party, like laugh at the party in my like teen years, 20s. And then like shit happened. Life kind of like throws you all these curveballs where, my light got dimmed a little, I guess, if you want to call it that. But the truth is, your body remembers everything. And this is what happened. Now that I've done all the research and I'm fucking, coaching others through it, this is what happens. Our body locks and holds on to all these memories. And then slowly we're becoming this tension-filled thing ready to combust. And it's only when we're put under pressure, feeling overwhelmed, feeling tired, feeling these things, that it comes out, It's like that analogy of an orange. When you have an orange and you squeeze it, what's inside comes out. And when inside you have lots of anger or resentment or frustration, then that comes through. There's this particular day that I'm going to take you to. So I was, mothering a day at home with him. I was a stay-at-home mum mostly. And he didn't want to change his nappy. This is my toddler we're talking about. It was a hot day. I was pregnant. I was already like a little bit irritated from just, feeling a bit large. And I wanted to get him to change the nappy, and my back was a bit achy, and I didn't want to like carry him into the room. And so I was trying to convince him, like, come on, let's do it. Because otherwise the smell was horrendous, firstly. And secondly, like if he resists so much to the point that it like, sorry to give you the visual, but it quelches out and it goes into his pants. And so I'm trying to convince this boy to come change his nappy. And it just wasn't happening. And, the house was a mess. Just all the things piled on. And I got so mad that I ran into the bathroom. I slammed my hands down on the bench and I screamed so loud, guys. Ugh. I screamed so loud that I scared myself. Because our bathroom is like not large. Like it's a, average size little bathroom, but it's like full of tiles. So as I screamed, I heard it echoing back into my ears, and I was like, whoa. So I took a breath And that is one of the moments that I realized something had to fucking shift. I needed to address this, what was going on in here, because I wasn't going to be modeling that to my little boy. I didn't want to scare him. He was scared. He heard it. And I came to my senses and I was like, okay, let's just try this in a different way. We hugged, we cried. It was like a beautiful moment. And that, like life, things like that happen. And I'm not going to shame anyone for feeling that or having those moments. I've had multiple moments after that still where I would just break down and cry, and he'd see me. And it's good that they see us feel these emotions. But I wanted to model a better and more healthy way to process what was going inside me in front of him, to help him do that down the track as well. And if you're thinking, yes, I want to do that too, I want to be a mum who's happy, healthy, vibrant most of the time, but it's okay to feel like shit sometimes. I'm going to open my window. I'm fucking hot. But the thing that what happens is that I'm just so glad that I've come across these tools and these practices that I now want to share with you, because it's saved me in so many different scenarios since then. And it's really helped me just alleviate the overall stress that I was putting myself under. Like, this is what the whole thing is about, release to revive her, release the tension in your body, release the expectations you have on yourself, release the bullshit, to revive your energy, to come back to life, to let yourself be human and live in a more palpable, delicious way, And so now let me just check on my notes, because I don't want to tie attention too far today. This is just like a revamp direction episode. And yes, it definitely wasn't just one thing that tipped me over the edge. It was a multitude of things at that point in my life that were piling on and putting that pressure on me, and my nervous system was capped. So just picture this for a moment. Like, if you have a balloon that's helium, a helium balloon, that's our mental capacity, basically. So any balloon, as it gets blown up, it can only stretch so far, and then it goes when there's too much. But also, you got that helium balloon, and stuff just keeps holding it down, holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. You're just not going to be able to fly, to spread your wings, to do the things that you've probably daydreamed about again and again and again. And this was me. I was stay-at-home mum, so grateful, but at the same time I had all these things I wanted to do that always frustrated me, because then I felt like I didn't have the time, blah 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 blah. Anyway, so back to what I said at the beginning as well. When we hold ourselves back like that, we're actually draining more of our energy than if we move forwards. And this is one of the traps that I fell into at the time too. I was so afraid to fully committing to my business while I was raising my babies, because I had burnt out in the past before babies. I had burnt out myself just overcommitting to things and being scatterbrain. And then I thought it was because I did too much, but it was the way that I was actually processing everything that was going on in my life. And the better we can be feeling fluid, I like to call it. You're emotionally fluid. That is a Joe Hudson term. Amazing. You're fluid through your emotions. You're not holding them in. You're not avoiding them. And it's not locking up in your body. You're actually feeling it. You're letting yourself feel it in your body. Emotion is basically just a sensation that you're feeling in your body. Your heart races. Maybe you get sweaty. Maybe you're feeling hot. All those things are literally just sensations that are happening in our body, because our nervous system is talking to us in that way. Getting us into that stressful flight or flight to get into action mode, or getting us to shut down and chill, or be sociable when we feel good and safe. Okay. So at the time as well, I was practicing yoga. I was doing the mindful meditation. I was doing visualizations to what I wanted, making dream boards and all that stuff. And I was being positive all the time. Yet there was like a missing piece, and it's the release. Discharging it and releasing all the stuff that's also just like built up around you that you no longer need. Yeah. And so now, like I said, I'm so proud of myself to be able to walk myself through these situations now with more calm, with more ease, with more joy, even when it fucking feels hard. Like I know that I can just be one notch calmer in that moment than stressed. Or I can just be one notch braver than ashamed. Or one notch more hope than fear as I move forward. It's just got to be that little bit to get you through the day, you know? And anger it's powerful because it mobilizes us. So when we feel angry and let ourselves feel angry, it's like the channel through with your nervous system, how you're like, and I'll go into this in the next video more, but you're basically like immobilized, stationary, stuck, and then you get angry and you start to move. And then that's where sometimes people stay because they realize that that's where they're actually taking action towards what they want to do. But they have that anger on the back end. They're still driving through that anger, through that survival mode to get through it. And yeah, I did a craniosacral session, which is amazing on top of all this. And she asked me, she's like, so what is this anger giving you? And I said, strength. Because yeah, at the time we had some hard news about our baby. He's doing really well now, just FYI. We had no idea what was going to happen back then though. And a lot of turmoil in our relationship. Financial pressure. Stuff was happening with my parents. Just kept going. All these things were happening that were just like crumbling my foundation. And I broke down several times. And maybe you're in a part of your life moment where you're like, shit needs to change. I don't know what's happening here, but is this a quantum crumble? Hopefully, yes. Quantum queens, hi. You got this. Remember, you're a fucking queen and you know it, and you can take up space to feel all this, to go through it, and be brave to actually go into this work. I commend you for watching this video this long. I'm here to help you unlock your body, because we do. We lock it up, we put the armor on, and then we lose the spark. We're like, why can't I, like, where's my, it might not come out in these words, but you'll be like you won't be as creative. It seems harder to find solutions to things. Like things just aren't working for you because it's shut down. Like that part of your body is not working until you can come back online and go, oh, okay, I'm safe, and I'm building that foundation safety. And then you're like, ooh, stuff is delicious again. I found myself just making up lyrics to songs and like singing again and just being like blah, not caring about making mistakes, being me again. I am a total different person since I have been like a few months back. I constantly evolve and transform, but at the same time, I wonder if you know that feeling. You're still like, you hit those moments where you're like, ooh, oh, hello, there you are. And it's that deeper you that you're connecting to. And this is part of the mission. Like I want you to be best fucking friends, BFFLs with your body as we go through this. Best friends with your body. There's a bit of a stress pandemic, and I am here to help heal the women and make them feel good again. So if you're a tired and wired mum, hi, let's take back your energy. Let's revive radiance. Let's get that courageous energy again in you to take up space and to help your love life and your body and your business flourish from here on out. All right? If you know an maybe tired and wired, send her this. Let's go. We're on a mission to reach all the mamas, all the mumpreneurs, all the creatives that are feeling like they need a little reset, a revive, because that's what I'm here for. And I'm looking forward to supporting you. So in my coaching practice, I help you, women, queens out there, heal themselves, feel good again in their bodies, and step into your radiant and unapologetic self. And it sounds so cliche these days, but literally my work is rooted in compassion, embodiment, the art of actually truly seeing yourself, feeling seen. For years, guys, for years, I worked behind the camera as a photographer, and I again and again watched women walking into the studio, just like yourself, at war with their own reflection. And it fucking broke my heart. Just to put it lightly. They picked